Hello, welcome to our video. I am here today to talk to you about natural wine. Don't switch off. Why am I talking about natural wine? Someone made a passing comment in a conversation the other day. They referred to us as a natural wine specialist, the wines that all the kind of young cool kids enjoy. And I was like, whoa, how's that happened? They're right. I've been talking about natural wines a lot. And I came to the only logical conclusion that a bloke who's turned 50 recently could come to. It's me desperately hanging on to the last vestiges of my youth while staring over the brink, over the precipice, looking at my inevitable demise. So that's cheery, but as midlife crises go, natural wine's pretty harmless. And I don't want conventional winemakers to get jealous. I love you too. It's a bit like going to the restaurant sometimes and I order the things I know off the menu, and other times I go crazy and have potentially poisonous blowfish. I'm not going to waffle on for too long, but I thought I'd just say a little bit about what natural wine is, because it's hotly contested in the wine world, but some of you may not know. But natural wine, in a nutshell, is basically wine that's made with as little intervention both in the vineyard and in the winery as possible. So the grapes are typically organic or biodynamic, regenerative farming. It's all very natural. And in the winery, the wines are made with very little by the way of addition, so no added yeast, no enzymes, nothing that goes into conventional winemaking to make those wines reliable, dependable, and absolutely guaranteed to be clean and well preserved. So basically, natural winemaking is a tightrope act, and when it goes well, it goes really, really well. But in the wrong hands, it can go badly, and that's why natural wine has got a bit of a mixed reputation. Sometimes it's a bit of a coverall for a faulty wine. Well, it's natural, it ought to be like this. Well, just the fact that it's natural, you just don't understand natural wines. Nobody wants a wine that's just a bit crap. A good natural winemaker has to be incredibly on their game. They have to be really technically proficient. They have to really know what they're about. They have to be absolutely all over their hygiene practices. There's no room for error whatsoever. So it's all about trusting your winemaker, and that's where the producer of these wines come in. So these wines are all made by a chap called Fabien Jouves down in Cahors in France. I love Fab. I want to be a bit more like Fabien. So we put together 6 of Fabien's wines into our Rebel Yell case. And why have we called it Rebel Yell? You'll want more. But it's also just an homage to the fact that he's a bit of a rule breaker. Now, he breaks the rules of his appellation from time to time, and the rules of the appellation are all about a body that determines how a wine in a particular region should be made. And he doesn't break them for the sake of them. He breaks those rules where he thinks it's not going to produce the best wine he possibly can. What I really, really love about Fab, and I do love Fab, is the fact that he really wants to try and make the wines as expressive of the fruit as it possibly can be, and that it does speak of his little part of Cahors, that it does speak to the soil that he grows his grapes in, and he just wants to make sure that that gets into the bottle in a way that's just not been adulterated at all, and I love him for it. And it means that when he makes a Malbec, and those of you who know Cahors Malbec will be thinking of something that's dark and intense and really inky, a big beast. This is like a Malbec wearing ballet shoes. It's lighter and it's alive and it's really fresh, and it's got loads of really lovely fresh acidity. You can even chill it a little bit, and it's just not at all what you would expect if you're familiar with a Cahors Malbec. But it still speaks of its place, and I know that's a really wine knobby thing to say, but it does root back to where it's from. And if nothing else, how can you not love a winemaker who calls a wine Grape Invaders? I don't know why he's called it Grape Invaders, but how can you not love it? What I can tell you is this is a delightful drink, and it's lovely and it's juicy. It's a lovely sort of middleweight, smooth, velvety red that just wash all over your tongue. Really, really pure fruits. And I guess that sums them up really. Just really pure, clean wines that somehow just feel really wonderfully energised in a glass. And I listen to myself talk, and it sounds like I've come over as some sort of massive midlife crisis, new age hippie, but I'm in a happy place with that. I live there happily with Fabien. And I hope you enjoy these too. We've only got, I think, 9 cases. These are wines that are limited edition wines. He's a kind of world-renowned winemaker. It's not so much a case of we order how much we want from Fabien with these wines. It's a case of how much we get allocated. I think we've got enough for 9 or 10 cases left. I'd love for some of you to buy them so you can try them. But to be honest, if you don't, I'm fine with that too, because these are the wines I drink at home, and I'm happy for them to keep me company. Stop it. Hello, I am here to talk now.
I'm just gonna get a chair.
You do that. You're not happy.